This means that Mossad has managed to penetrate the most secret and the most elite of the Iranian forces. 80 tons of bunker bursting bombs were used to kill Nasrallah. 80 tons for one guy. There are many Iranians who are absolutely sick and tired of what the Hezbollah, the Hamas, and the Iranian leadership are doing. And I think it's fair to imagine that a few of them have taken it upon themselves to bring down this evil regime in Tehran. It was only the top decision makers in Iran, a few people in the Hezbollah, and Nasrallah himself. Is Israel planning a coup inside Iran? Is Benjamin Netanyahu only talking about missiles and drones? Or is he talking about this network of spies inside Iran? Jai Hind, friends. I'm Major Gaurav Arya and you're watching the Chanakya Dialogues English. Like this video, subscribe to our channel, don't forget to press the bell icon. Lots of stuff has been happening, especially in West Asia, that the world calls the Middle East, India calls West Asia. You know, on 7th of October last year, it was Hamas that attacked Israel. Israel turned Gaza into rubble. And then I don't know what happened to the Hezbollah. Maybe under instigation of the Iranian regime. They also got into the fight. And now Hezbollah chief Sayyid Hassan Nasrallah, one of the world's most feared terror leaders, has been killed in an Israeli airstrike after intelligence reports, reportedly tipped off. And these were Iranian intelligence agents, Iranian spies, or should I say Mossad spies who are actually Iranian. Now, ladies and gentlemen, have you got the gist of the entire matter? This means that Mossad has managed to penetrate the most secret and the most elite of the Iranian forces. That is, the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps. As per reports, this operation was a direct result of a covert tip-off from an Iranian mole embedded deep within Hezbollah ranks. But there are people who say that this tip-off actually originated from Tehran. From Tehran, it went to Lebanon. From Lebanon, it came to the Mossad. And then the Mossad called Benjamin Netanyahu, who was in New York. And they said, sir, we have this report. This is absolutely genuine. And we have now the opportunity to get Hassan Nasrallah. As per the report, the tip-off from the mole arrived in the afternoon, alerting Israeli authorities that Nasrallah would be at Hezbollah's fortified underground headquarters in Dahiyeh, a complex of 6 heavily guarded buildings hidden in plain sight in southern Beirut. The Israeli Defense Forces acted swiftly, preparing their F-35 jets armed with bunker-busting bombs to strike at the moment Nasrallah stepped foot in the compound. Nasrallah's underground command center, believed to be impenetrable, had long been a target. This time, however, Israel had the advantage as the mole's information was solid and the timing was perfect. It was around 11 a.m. in Lebanon when the skies over Dahiyeh exploded. Israeli jets hovering just outside the city's airspace launched their attack. The bunker-busting bombs penetrated deep into the complex, hitting their mark. And Nasrallah, the man who had vowed to destroy Israel, was dead. As per the New York Post, 80 tons of bunker-busting bombs were used to kill Nasrallah. 80 tons for one guy. After killing Nasrallah, the IDF posted on Twitter saying Hassan Nasrallah will no longer be able to terrorize the world. That's it. One sentence. Hassan Nasrallah will no longer be able to terrorize the world. Following the assassination of the Hezbollah leader, Hassan Nasrallah, the IDF announced that over 20 additional terrorists were killed in the same strike, 4 of whom were commanders, according to an IDF report. The head of Nasrallah's security unit, Ibrahim Hossein Jazini, was eliminated along with his advisor, Samir Tawfiq Dev, head of the recruitment, Abdul Amir Muhammad Sablini, and chief of firearms, Ali Naaf Ayub. Israel's killing of Hezbollah's leader Hassan Nasrallah has given Iran a serious dilemma. How to cope with the loss of a crucial ally and still maintain its regional influence. After raining down missiles on Hezbollah in Lebanon, Israel on Sunday turned its attention to Yemen. The Israeli military targeted power plants and seaport facilities at the Ras Isa and Hodeidah ports, killing 4 people and injuring 33 others. The attacks are a response to the Iran-backed Houthi rebels who have been consistently launching missiles at the Jewish nation since last October. The Israeli Defense Forces said on Sunday that they have discovered and dismantled a 1-kilometer Hamas tunnel as part of their ongoing operations in Gaza. The IDF claimed this effort aims to free hostages and weaken Hamas and is integral to Israel's broader military campaign, which has escalated into a multi-front war. From Hezbollah to Houthis to Hamas, Israel has intensified its operations everywhere. That clearly says one thing: Israel is not going to stop. And before I let you go, ladies and gentlemen, here are some thoughts, some points to ponder. A few years back, the Americans had killed Qassem Soleimani. Qassem Soleimani, or General Qassem Soleimani, was head of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, the top military body in Iran that reports to the Ayatollah. It does not report to the president, it reports to the supreme commander, or the supreme leader, so to say, of Iran. Even then, there were talks of a mole within the IRGC. Now, IRGC is the elite of the elite in Iran. It is almost like saying that there is a mole in the Supreme Leaders Council. That is how sensitive IRGC is to the Iranians. Ismail Haniyeh was also killed in the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps safe house. It was a safe house. By its very definition, a safe house is supposed to be safe. Apparently, it wasn't. And Ismail Haniyeh was killed. He was the leader of Hamas. And when he was killed, again, there were very, very strong rumors that there was a mole inside. So apparently what the Mossad has managed to do is infiltrate Iran with spies. And these are common Iranians, and not all of them are doing it for money. I've tried to speak to a couple of Israelis. They didn't know very much about this. Not that they had any insider information about this, not at all. But they did mention that a lot of Iranians are absolutely fed up of this regime. So it's not like Israel is giving millions of dollars and saying that, hey, we are going to get you the citizenship of a European country. Why don't you come over and stuff like that? No, it's not like that. There are many Iranians who are absolutely sick and tired of what the Hezbollah, the Hamas, and the Iranian leadership are doing. And I think it's fair to imagine that a few of them have taken it upon themselves to bring down this evil regime in Tehran. There are just too many leaks. There are just too many probabilities, and there are too many similarities. I can't figure out how an organization as tightly held as the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps can be leaking like a sieve. I mean, who knew about, or who would know about the movement of Nasrallah? Who would know? It was only the top decision makers in Iran, a few people in the Hezbollah, and Nasrallah himself. Who leaked that information? Is there an Israeli spy at the very top of Iranian leadership? Is there a coup brewing in Iran? Are they waiting for the Ayatollah to show some signs of weakness? He's already in his mid-80s. People are saying that given his health, he's not going to be able to survive for very long. He's going. That's what people are saying. Is Israel planning a coup inside Iran? Because as soon as Nasrallah was killed, the first thing that happened was they moved their supreme leader, Khamenei, to a safe house. They just moved him from his presidential, or whichever palace he lives in. They moved him from there immediately, within the hour, and they took him to a safe place, and nobody knows till now. There is one tweet in his name. That could have been done by somebody else in his staff, right? But having said that, what is happening here is that Israel has made a clear statement of intent, and this is made by Benjamin Netanyahu, their prime minister. He says, let not anybody in Iran think that any part of Iran is, outside of our reach. That is not true. We can get anybody in Iran whenever we want. Is he only talking about airstrikes? Is Benjamin Netanyahu only talking about missiles and drones? Or is he talking about this network of spies inside Iran? Is he talking about the kind of people who would tell the Americans or the Israelis? And this whole thing, what people are talking about, this General Qassem Soleimani's killing, people are actually saying that the intelligence actually came to the Israelis. That is what people are saying. Now, this is not confirmed. What I'm telling you is not a 100%. I've heard it from sources, and I can't vouch for it, but it's a very strong rumor that actually the Israelis came to know where General Qassem Soleimani was going. They told the Americans, because at that point in time, the Americans had a drone Up above in the sky, this guy was going in a convoy and they put a Hellfire missile right inside his SUV. So the information actually came to the Israelis. That is what many people are saying. And when they killed Ismail Hania, it was done by the Mossad, it was done by the Jews, the Israelis, and they killed him right inside Tehran. They could have gotten him in Turkey. They could have killed him in Gaza. They could have killed him in Qatar. No, they decided to kill him in Iran to pass a message to Iran that whatever you do, you're not going to be able to hide and protect our enemies. We know where they are and we'll get them. And this is exactly what Israel did when Israel came to know that Nasrallah was hiding in the headquarters. They had a very small window, ladies and gentlemen. What happened was that this spy, this Israeli spy deep inside the power setup of Iran, called them and he said he's going to be there for only 2-3 hours. So if you want to move, you move right away. And there were already Israeli planes, F-35, which is a 5th generation stealth fighter, the finest in the world, by the way, let me tell you. It was already there. They were already airborne at that point in time. And what Israel has said that we do not have time. So planes are going to take off from Israel and then reach Lebanon. No, they were already flying. They were already there in the sky, and then suddenly the pilots received information that you have a go. That is what happened. Pilots came to know that Nasrallah is there inside the building. They had already mapped the building. They knew what to hit. They were already in Israeli airspace. And as soon as the Israeli pilots came to know that Nasrallah was there and they had been given a go-ahead, they went 80 tons of bunker bursting explosive were put right on the head of Nasrallah, and Nasrallah was no more. So ladies and gentlemen, this is the story of the entire operation of how, Israel went and killed Nasrallah. But more than that, it is important to know that they have maybe a string of spies inside Iran. That is number one. And number two, now Iran does not know how to hit back. It can't figure out. Because so far, the Iranians had only responded by proxy, or maximum by ballistic missiles or drones. Beyond that, I think the Iranians lack the capacity to physically go and hit Israel. They lack that capacity. Otherwise they could have sent their fighter jets. Why not? They could have sent their fighter jets to hit Israel. Physically go and hit them. But they won't do that. They're too scared. And on the other hand, the regime's supporters inside Iran are saying, they come and kill Soleimani and we do nothing. They kill Ismail Hania and all we do is threaten, we do nothing. And now they've killed the Hezbollah chief, Nasrallah, and we do nothing. So there is dissent brewing inside Iran. And yet, Iran does not know how to hit back because Iran lacks capacity. And that is all that I have for you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you like this video, press the like button, subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to press the bell icon. Jai Hind, Vande Mataram, Bharat Mata Ki Jai.